John Fury was a professional boxer who suffered brutal knockout against man who fought Lennox Lewis. Counting down the days until December 25th, we're looking at 12 knockouts of Christmas. Up next it's Big John Fury. Gypsy John fought in hundreds of bare-knuckle bouts and 13 licensed professional contests and, even though the last 2 ended in brutal fashion, doesn't appear to be done fighting yet. At 6 feet 3 inches, built like a brick outhouse with a gravelly voice and a dead-eyed stare, Fury Sr. always makes sure his presence is felt. Just ask the member of Alexander Usyk's team he headbutt ahead of their first fight. The elder Fury was causing chaos at the start of fight week in May, where his WBC champion son was aiming to join the undisputed club by beating Usyk, which he ultimately failed to do. Usyk instead made history by becoming the modern era's first 4-belt heavyweight champion. Tyson Fury may be taller than his dad, but he is almost gangly in stature and often has a playful glint in his eye. There is nothing playful about Gypsy John. Galway-born, he comes from a long line of bare-knuckle champions and tough, traveling fighters. He began fighting on campsites, in bars or on the street as a teenager, once winning more than £100,000 by backing himself in a fight. His bouts were usually over within seconds, he said, although John Fury did not count himself as a big puncher. "Once I got going, I'd not stop swinging until they were out cold," the 59-year-old once told the Daily Star. "I'd not come up for air. I just wanted to kill. I'd hit them with fists, elbows, head, teeth and feet until they dropped and gave up. If they didn't, I'd kick their face off, it was up to them. Afterwards, shake hands and on to the next one." Perhaps unsurprisingly, such an all-or-nothing approach did not translate seamlessly to the regulated world of professional boxing. Fury has a winning pro record of 8-4-1 but suffered a savage knockout the one time he stepped up to top level and took on rising star Henry Akinwand in a 1991 eliminator for the British heavyweight title, then held by Lennox Lewis, the last undisputed heavyweight before Usyk joined the club by beating Fury. Fellow Brit Akinwand, who eventually fought Lewis in 1996, infamously being disqualified for holding, was a 6 feet 7 inches, elite-level heavyweight who did hold a version of the world heavyweight title. The broad-shouldered Fury was as good as his word as he boldly took the fight to Akinwand, but while he looked the part physically, he clearly had none of his son's famous defensive flair as he ate flush shots from the first bell. In round 3, a textbook right hand hammered Fury to the canvas where he was counted out with one arm spilling over the bottom rope. It was the first stoppage defeat of his pro career, and he since explained his frustration with how professional boxing works. He might never have had the skills to go to the top, but by the end of 1998,